Hi, this is Don at WristClean. I wanted to say hi to everyone and reach out and kind of just start a topic about, first watches. It was funny, the other day I was cleaning a few things in my house and I came across some of my first watches and I haven't seen them in, 35 years. But I wanted to share because part of me was surprised. Part of me had forgotten them. And then another part of me looked at them and said, my gosh, like the watches today, you have your Panerais, your Rolex, your Tudors, your G-Shocks, they're all so formal, so sophisticated. They're so professional in their realm. And I feel like that's what a lot of people gravitate towards. But these watches were colorful. One of them looks like it has Simba on it, and I just thought I'd take the time to share it with our viewers. So I'm going to cut to that, but we'd love to hear like what your first watches were. If any of them have taken you maybe perhaps by surprise. If you too are cleaning the house and come across them, if you still have them, it just takes you back to memory lane. And then, it's also a good reflection point. Like maybe a part of me has been lost and I need to re-examine, my watch interests because it's, there's something special about these two. So I'm looking forward to showing you. Okay. So here we have one of my first watches. This was a Swatch, and you can see it's got a colorful blue dial. It's got a red second hand, and it's got a really interesting, I guess the word to use is interesting design. But it's colorful, and this is one of my first watches. And when I flip it, you can see that a lot of it's broken now. It's just brittle through the years. And, joking aside, part of me wonders if I had used my own products then, maybe the watch care products, maybe I'd still be wearing this watch today. But anyway, it's colorful. It's shocking that I actually wore this watch. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it as a memory. Now, on to the second watch, just to show you. This is really interesting. So if you thought the other one was interesting, maybe this one would be more interesting. This is apparently a Lion King type background. And you see you have the lion next to like a bush, and then you got flamingos, you got a bird, and then you got another lion up here. And if you turn around, same thing, it cracks. So, I'm obviously, you're not going to see me around town wearing this watch, but yeah, that was one of my first watches as well. And it's not like maybe I can pass it on to my kids if I can fix the strap or get a different strap, but it's an interesting watch. So, again, I'm curious to see what your watches were, what your first ones were. So if you want to comment below. The other thing to tell you real quick is that I want to share another watch with you. Really what got my interest in the watch world was this one. And my mother, we used to go to Tyson's Corner in Virginia. If any of you are familiar, it's a big shopping mall. And they have a Talbot's women's clothing store. My mom used to shop for clothing, and just to save myself from boredom, I went across the mall corridor, and there was a store, a watch store there, and they had this one in the case, and I always loved looking at it, and I looked at it for years before I bought it. But there's something striking, I think, about the white dial, and it's just one of my favorites, the F1 chronograph from Tag. But anyway, love your feedback. Please comment. All right, thanks.